I think it's like their most disliked video on the planet.
Of league this season. But before we get into the details, let's dive into a topic that's been pretty popular lately, which is new champion balance. When we look at the data, we actually see that new champions have been pretty balanced on release this year, with the exception of Dr. Mundo. That said, there's more to healthy gameplay than just...
So, that sentence, that line on its own, literally caused the uproar in their comments that we see today. You guys probably want to see it, so I'll show it to you. Look at that, 33 to 80K. We don't think our champions have a loaded kit. We don't think our champions have a loaded kit. Spitting in everyone's face. Oh, you guys are gonna be just like Blizzard. We don't think our champions have overloaded kits. The thing is, right, this is, I was talking about this earlier about New World, right? But I'm not gonna get too far in New World. I'm gonna talk about this. The thing is, we've been taught the customer's always right. Whether they're right or not, we said they're right. They be dead or wrong, and we'll look at them and say they're right. I'm not going to say that that League of Legends is the most balanced game. Actually, yeah, it's not the most balanced game on the planet, because like games that are like equal on both sides, like footsies, right? Those exist. But here, this game, all of their champions have released in such a way. The evil from telling people that, oh, the customer's always right, has poisoned their minds into thinking that, you know, people always say, oh, the champs are OP, right? And everyone agrees, like, I lost because the champs OP, and everyone runs around saying stuff like that. And I feel like what's happened here is that they've had their rules challenged, and that happens with a lot of things in our life right now, guys, where someone believes something, and if you don't believe the same thing as them and or challenge them in any way, they become wild and violent. Where it's become better to let people believe a lie, whether it's true or not, than to actively try and help them, because like the whole world is more concerned with people's feelings and stuff like that. Now, in this case, I agree with them, man. The champs have come out pretty balanced, right? What happens is every patch we see the same thing. The champ comes out, people either say that it's dog water or that it's too good, right? Then they nerf or buff it to compensate. Then they put it back a few patches later after people know how to play. Every single time. It doesn't make any sense. But it happens every single time. Wow, this champ released with a 40% win rate. Yeah, I hope so, bro. I hope that people on their first time playing a champ with a paragraph as their passive, I hope that the win rate is low, right? I hope so. Right? And that's the thing too. That's what I really wanted to get into. I really wanted to get into their wording. We don't think that they have overloaded kits. People are so stupid at this point that they don't understand. An overloaded kit and a kit with a lot of words are not the same. A kit can have a lot of words and not be strong. For it to be overloaded, it has to be powerful, right? For example, if I made Ezreal's Q do 100% of the opponent's damage when it hit, right? That would be an overloaded skill. If all it said was Q automatically kills, right? This skill automatically kills. It would be overloaded. It would be too powerful. Now, if the kit says Akshan's W passive, right? Right? Akshan's W passive. That does not make it overloaded. Right? Or just Akshan's passive actually. That's the greatest example. It's basically just it has like two parts to it, right? It affects his autos and it's a 3-hit. When he hits somebody 3 times, he does extra damage, gets a shield. Right? That's one part of it, and the other part of it is when he autos twice, with the second one being like half damage or something. And if he doesn't do the second auto, he gets movement speed. That's the two parts of his passive, right? Does that make it overloaded? Yeah, that's all of words. Is it overloaded? No. It's not overloaded, right? It just gives him trading power. Something like what Rise used to have or something. If it was half of the scaling, because the scaling is what determines if something's powerful or not, right? If all of that was said but only gave 1 extra damage and gave him 1 shield, would that move be overloaded? No, it would be dog water. It would be weak. And I don't know how come people can't understand that. I'm like, so like in most ways, I don't really care, right? If people are wrong or not, because I understand. But on the other half, I feel bad for people who would rather know, right? There are lots of people who would rather know. They'd rather think that 30K likes, they're either riot chills or they actually understand that and on top of that, disliking the whole video, right? Because someone said one thing that you didn't like. Whoo, good God. The whole video is great. She said one thing they didn't like. They all just narking on that one thing forever. It's so ugly. It actually reminded me of that time. Somebody asked me why I have a whole bunch of dislikes on some of my videos. And it's because, maybe I should talk about it on another video sometime. But to quickly go over it, one time, something happened with this lady that has Tourette's, and she and like I didn't even like care about the subject like that, right? Like she had Tourette's and like she said something about killing N-words, right? With the hard R, right? And I was like, lol. Okay, right? Then she said something about killing Jews, right? And she apologized, and I was like, wait a minute, why did she apologize for the other one? Suspicious, right? And I made a joke about it, right? And it was an 8-minute video. It had almost 100,000 views, right? And everyone, you can see the view, right? When I disagreed with their notion that was okay, you can see the watch number go from 90% to 20. And then there's a whole bunch of comments and dislikes about how they're going to hate raid me. Bro, you didn't watch the whole video. I spent the whole rest of the video going, hey. I even made multiple videos like explaining something like, hey, I'm just saying this isn't okay, right? Or this is okay, or this isn't. I don't really care. I'm just saying that this is suspicious, right? And people are entitled to their own opinions on it. And if the person needs help or whatever it is, I don't care. Seek it if you want to, don't if you don't, right? And I caught the hands, bro. So whenever I saw that thing on the right, I was like, okay. Because like a lot of my videos look just like that. They just saw like 30% like ratios. Just because I said something people disagreed with. But the thing is that I'm smaller, so when they disagreed with my one point, they ran across all of my videos slandering them, right? But yeah, the point is, the customer isn't always right. This time Riot's right. Riot's not always right, because 200 years of game design experience. But other than that, right? And actually, nah, this video about to be 10 minutes long. They were right when they said that too. We meme about it, right? But it is better to listen to Riot when they're talking about this game that they've been developing for 10 years. It's better to listen to them. They will be right more often than this dude who works his 9 to 5 at, I don't know, Costco's, right? Or at Amazon, UPS, who cares? The point is, you're not a game designer. You know what's going on. All you're doing is running around. Oh my God, I'm gonna end up talking about New World later. All you're doing is running around giving advice on stuff where like you have no like jurisdiction here, bro. Like you don't know what you're talking about. All you'll do is make a product that you wouldn't even buy. Anyway, see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, peace.